Hey guys, Paul here with you today. Wanted to do a little review video on this Cadillac Platinum. There's really not a whole lot to it, but I've done a previous video where I've told you guys that I've owned a 19 Yukon, and I went from a brand new Yukon to a brand new Escalade, but this Escalade is an 18, so I'll save it for another video. I'll share the whole story because it's a lengthy story, and one could learn from it what all I did to get me a sweet deal on this Escalade that I went brand new. And everybody knows you don't want to go brand new for a depreciation aspect, or if you're going to keep it for a long time. The thing with me is I bought a Yukon to keep for a long time, and I was so disappointed with it. I was upset. I wasn't willing to go get another brand new vehicle, but I ended up getting a brand new vehicle for a better deal than a used vehicle, which I'll leave it at that. So it's a very intriguing story. I'm very thankful to God for the opportunity that I got. So let me show you the outside. You know, nothing fancy. I am gonna underline, stick to Platinums if you're gonna buy an Escalade. Nothing really screams Platinum besides the finish. Oh, you got a little door deal there. The reason I'm doing this video is, sadly, there's not a lot of videos out there from owners. The videos I've seen with a bunch of salesmen trying to sell you something, you know, or they've been paid to say so much good things about a vehicle, and if they say anything negative, it's end of the world kind of scenario. You know what I'm saying? So here you go. You get a real world experience from an owner's point of view. If you guys are curious, the whole Yukon, you know, more in-depth video, what all happened there, Yukon and Escalade deal. Okay, what am I trying to show back here? I just wanted to show the back end of it. There's nothing special, nothing. The only thing that underlines Platinum is I think the rims on the outside. That's about it. You know, running powered boards. I'm gonna put you on pause. I only have half my kids with me today, so hold on a second. You know, guys, on a side note, I wanted to show you something. I take pride in my vehicle, and you know, for you guys screaming, "Oh, you got a nice vehicle. Why are you why are you using covers like that?" Because these car seats or booster seats are going to ruin it. So you boys wanting to preserve it without the headrests, this is what I did. Went through there, nice old material. I think they're 20 bucks. My wife got them for the Mercedes. And now that I got all the kiddos in here, highly advise these for you guys wanting to keep this this leather nice. Yeah. Ooh, guys, I know it's a mess back here, but look what my wife did, man. I'm horrible with logos and all that printing stuff. These are the boys that keep my trucks rolling. This is a truck channel. Yes, I finally got a logo. Here's a little sneak peek for y'all, you truck guys. PD Diesel Power. I finally got a logo. Paid a guy a few bucks. He came up with a few cool options, and I chose this one. I am gonna make a little thing for merchandise for people that want to support the channel, but yeah, for you curious boys, this is who keeps my trucks rolling. You know, the 400 plus mile vehicles and the 300 and the 200 mile vehicles. This is the shop that keeps them rolling. I guess a little plug for them. Spokane Truck Service, you know, they get it all. If you're in the hot shot industry, you guys know how hard it is to get your gooseneck fixed when you're on the road. But so much on a side thing. Stick with this Cadillac. And for my regulars, guys, just bear with me. I'm doing this for this video is mostly geared to those boys that are looking to buy one of these. All right, cut and dry. I said in the Yukon and the Cadillac video, I'm gonna say it in this video. If you're gonna buy a school bus like this, go Suburban or go all out Denali, or excuse me, skip Denali. Go all out Escalade Platinum. You want to go Escalade Platinum for nitpicking reasons like myself. Very nice leather, you know, the actual real stitching, and they could bite you sooner or later. Like, you rip one of these strings and your whole thing goes undone, right? This is real leather. If you pop these plastics underneath, you'll find plastic, glue, and real leather, real pieces of leather. If I wasn't so lazy, I'd pull over and pop a cap on the side. Pop one of the caps off the side, and it's just literally leather wrapped and glued on the plastic. The reason I did that is because I high-wired the radar in. So as much as this vehicle, as much high-end a deal. I love people like this, you know what I mean? I got the right of way, bud. I'm the one taking the right. You gotta yield to everybody. Nope. Let's stay focused there, guys. As high-end as of a product GM will give you, this is it. And it's not bad, guys, really. You gotta understand, this is not a German vehicle. It's American built vehicle, so you gotta give them some slack there. And the reason I'm saying American built, because it seems like the American auto manufacturers always were slacking the quality and fit and finish. I'm fairly impressed, understanding that this is, you know, a GM product. You know, they give you the real stuff. They give you the real product, and everything is adding up. It's not bad at all, and I can't dog them on it. Not because it's my stuff. Yeah, there's imperfections, but not because it's my stuff's the best stuff in the world. No, it's fine. It's acceptable. You know what I mean? As much as I don't want to go to the Yukon topic, but, you know, I was even fine with the fit and finish on the Yukon. Yes, it came a lot lower than I expected Denali to be. I always considered Denali as a high up there. Bullcrap, you get ripped off. Just stay as focused as I can on this vehicle. I absolutely love it. You guys got to watch my Yukon videos, and you'll realize how much I dreaded driving that thing. You know, I owned the Yukon for 6 months, and I put 3,000 miles on it. That's how much I had when I was trading it in. And keep in mind, that was winter months. January is when I got it, and I got rid of it in June. That is sad. You know, that's when it was either the SUV or the truck. You know, the Mercedes couldn't get used. You know, in the summer months, I've owned this thing for probably a month and a half now. Maybe 2. I'm pushing, you know, 2,100 miles. But keep in mind, these are summer months. You know, we're talking about August here. This is, the Mercedes gets driven as much as possible because we enjoy it in the good weather. And this vehicle has a lot more miles racked on it, and in a short period of time, you know, the miles get racked on a lot harder on the Cadillac. So that alone should tell you guys a lot. The bones are the same as the Yukon, and this is not a comparison. It's just I'm underlining weak points of the Yukon so y'all can understand where I fell off my chair or the wagon or whatever you want to label me. I absolutely love this Escalade. What do I love about it? The engine, the transmission, the suspension. It's functional. It's practical. You hear what I'm saying? It's functional and it's practical. It's ancient. That lever is still like a 1998 lever. It has no business being in this Cadillac, but it's a GM product, and I think your 98 Chevy would probably have the same lever there. But overall, I mean, some people are bent out of shape about these things. I absolutely love it. You know, I drive my 1-ton Ram around town, and I love this whole shifter thing. This girly little doubly wobbly knob looking thing. I don't know. It's just not my. Some people get bothered by the shifters. I think they're very convenient. They're out of the way. They're up there and they're in the shift. You know, shift column. Anyway, so as far as the vehicle itself, I've been going back and forth of comparisons, but as far as vehicle itself, road presence, it definitely has a broader road presence. I had the pepper dust paint on the Yukon. It looked cool. It's an awesome paint, but black is black. You know, black is king, seems like all the time. Biggest pain in the neck to keep it clean, but when it is clean, I think it's the best looking color out there. As far as the interior, I'm not much of a light leather interior kind of guy, but when I saw this maple leather, I was very happy with it. It's not like that tan, it's not that white or off-white leather. It's like maple. It's like mocha kind of color. It's very complementary to the Cadillac, and I wasn't like against it when I was looking around for Cadillacs, but I highly prefer the leather. You know, there's other leathers that I've said, I'm like, no, absolutely not, no white leather. But in the pictures, I wasn't like, you know, too fond of it. But when I saw it in person, I very much liked it. It's classy. It's prestige. You know, there's definitely room for this kind of color, for this kind of leather in this vehicle. So I just wanted to underline that, coming from a guy that top of them. The first thing I'd say is no black leather, end the story kind of deal. So anyways, that's it. You know, fit and finish is fine. It's good. It's acceptable. Ride quality is awesome. Surpassed my expectation. quality of material it's built out of. As far as interior, very much like it. You know, you got Alcantara. I gotta focus on the road here, but you know, like really nice products. Kept the plastics to a minimum. You know, I mean, you got, it's not quite plastic, but it's something funky. It's like a rubbery plastic kind of deal, but you know, it's nice. I very much like it. I was not expecting, I need to underline this, going into the Platinum, I wasn't chasing all the bells and whistles. I was after the seats. If you guys haven't seen my Yukon, that's the biggest thing is my seat there. They've missed the mark so bad. The Platinums have the massage seats and they have the whole shebang. That's what I was after. I was really after the seats. But when I looked at a luxury, a premium, and a Platinum, it's for me, it's cut and dry. You know, if I'm gonna pay such top dollar for a vehicle, and to put it in perspective, I will never pay, and hope, you know, mark my words, I will never pay $70,000 for a luxury Escalade. Much rather pay $40,000-$50,000 for a Suburban. Because the shell is the same, really. I mean, the body panels and stuff, we're talking about nitpicking stuff. Like the bumpers, the headlights are different, but the actual body itself, like the quarter panel or the doors, they're all the same from a Suburban. The transmission, as long as I get my 10-speed and 6.2 engine, dude, I'd buy that Suburban in a heartbeat over a Yukon of any trim and over an Escalade in the luxury or the premium. So I'm not saying go big or go home. I'm just saying let's be practical and let's be real. Why are we buying these vehicles? If you're going to spend $100,000 on a vehicle like this, well, let's just stick to MSRP. I'm not saying I spent $100,000 on it, but let's just say MSRP is 102 on this vehicle. Okay? Why would you spend 102 over like a Denali is what, 80,000, a Suburban's like 50, 60 MSRP? Realistically, you could get in a Suburban like 40, 50, and you know, just 10 grand off. That's how they sell you on that nonsense. But that's my advice to you. Either go all out, buy yourself the Platinum Escalade, highly advise it. But that's only about the fit and finish. The suspension and the rest of the stuff. And what I mean by fit and finish, I'm talking about qualities, components used inside. The shapes, or should I say the body, the door panels are about the same, but the materials used, it just didn't click with me. I would not spend $70,000. Much rather spend, you know, $90,000 on one of these Platinums than versus $70,000. But that's personal preference. Functionality and, should I say, like, function and practicality, meaning how useful and how practical it is, has nothing to play with this. It just I'm underlining bang for your buck. That's all it is. The suspension is awesome. You know what I mean? The suspension on these Cadillacs are absolutely awesome. The headlights, I didn't focus on the other Escalade, but I know this Escalade has LEDs, and man, are they bright. They're just phenomenal. And keep in mind, guys, stop and go traffic. I'm gonna stop. You know, I got 4 kiddos, so we got, you know, a child there, a child, well, not here now, and then we got a couple of those fellas back there. They've been doing a good job keeping it down. I know this whole video, but it works well. You know, it works well for my family. My family loves it. Well, what the kids love is they get 4 DVDs. I do not know why you need 4 DVDs. I don't see any point in them. 2 are plenty. You know, so you got, you know, DVDs in the headrest, and then you got these up here. There's really no use for it. And then, of course, the driver could watch if it's in park. That's it, you know. All 3 bodies, I'm talking about Suburban, Yukon, and Escalade, are all the same. So practicality is going to be all the same. Functionality, I mean, you could really pick on stuff. You know, some have power running boards, some don't. You know, I'm really starting to like the running power boards and the SUVs. I didn't really care for them, but I'm really starting to like it because it looks clean when you're just driving, but then it lowers a lot lower than a stationary running board, right, when you open the door. So it's pretty nice. As long as it holds its thing together and serves me, I'll be a happy camper. What really blows my mind here, while we're parked here, while we're parked, let me show you the gas mileage this thing gets, man. It just still blows me away. You know, I'm running about 50% in town. That's the life of the vehicle, so 2100, it's about 16. For the last 486 miles. It's been getting 18 miles to the gallon, guys. Keep in mind, that's a lot of, well, quite a bit of idle time. 50% of those miles are in town, 50 on the interstate. But, you know, it's just phenomenal. A lot better than my Yukon, and it has to be those little spoilers. Hold on a sec, guys. I need to see what's going on with my kiddos. Has to be those little spoilers that they have up on the bumpers. So yeah, man, I know this video turned out very long. Hopefully it'll help somebody out there in the market. As I said in the beginning, that it's sad owners don't really do reviews on these kind of vehicles. Absolutely love them. Absolutely. Before I wrap up, this is something I've grown to love very much. This little button here, you know, a drink cooler, and then you got your little fridge in here. Absolutely love it, man. Absolutely love it. So to sum it all up, hated my Yukon so much just because of the seat. It missed the mark so bad. Went into an Escalade Platinum just because of the seat, and I was able to get a good deal on it, not knowing that, you know, I would love it so much. It was a check mark for me, you know. I mean, I had my 4th kid on the way. Thank God, you know, 4 days ago I had my 4th kid. But not, you know, I went into this Platinum just to have a solid school bus, but I absolutely love driving this thing. I enjoy driving this thing, and I'm looking forward to some road trips. It's weird, you know, attempting to have this neutral, because I'm a car guy and I love my fast cars. It's by no means a fast vehicle, but absolutely is a very fun vehicle. Anyways, boys, as always, may the Lord bless you. May you all have a mighty fine day. God bless you. Ciao, man.